Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Ashley, the amateur expert, coming to you live today for this episode of Talk Tuesday. Super excited to have Brittany on. Hey, Tiara. So if this is your first time tuning in, the objective of the show is to talk to our guests and talk to them about their career path, their idea of success in the beginning compared to their idea of success today, as well as the tips and motivators that they've used along the way. So Brittany's in the room, so we will get started. Happy Talk Tuesday. Hey, Brittany, how are you?
Hey everyone.
So I'm so happy that you're here with us today, so we can get started. If you could please introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do currently for work.
Sure. So, as you mentioned, I'm Brittany. I am a graduate of the University of South Carolina, where I've obtained my degree in public health and minor in health promotion, education, and behavior. I then received my master's in health administration from Clayton State, and now I'm embarking on a new journey. I'm getting my doctorate in public health. A little nervous while working full time, but we're gonna knock this
I love
out.
it.
I currently work at Emory University, which is part of the hospital system in Georgia. I serve as the assistant director of Urban Health Initiative, where I work with health disparities and health inequities around Metro Atlanta. And we even branched out to working in Alabama and doing a dabbling now in South Carolina, which is exciting, where I oversee our mentorship program for one, where we work with Title I schools across Metro Atlanta, working with our tobacco cessation program, as well as doing our day-to-day operations, from handling budgets, recruiting volunteers, trying to be a professional gold digger and getting funding for our organization, because nonprofits, that's how we work.
Yep.
And also serving as our engagement manager, which I have two jobs in one at Emory, where I work with working with Alzheimer's and dementia on that side, with recruiting different providers across the state of Georgia. So, which is awesome. And as you can see this banner behind me, I also have my own nonprofit, which is the WellStart initiative. We're working with to decrease health disparities by doing health education, promotion, and advocacy, which perfectly aligns just amazing with what I do day to day. And also a personal trainer. So I've been doing virtual clients, and also being booked to do different talks as it relates to public health. So I kind of gave you a whole mouthful just now.
No, first of all, we love a multi-hyphenate. This is so inspiring and amazing. And you're going for a PhD next? Like, girl, this is hashtag goals. Hashtag goals. So no, you're doing it, and that is commendable. So when you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up, and why?
So as a little girl, it was completely different. I wanted to be a model. I am 6 feet without any heels.
Okay.
And I was always felt awkward, and being taller than all the boys growing up, I felt like being a model would help with my confidence. And also, Tyra Banks was just freaking goals for me growing up. I just idolized her. And so that was like my dream thing to do, is to be a model.
Okay, and so Tyra was the inspiration behind that, and also to peak confidence. And so when did you make the pivot? How did we get to, or I guess before that, what did you think success was at that time?
Ooh, I was very cliche,
Okay.
very extremely cliche about what success looked like to me growing up as a kid. To me, success was being famous, having money, having elaborate vacations, having all these foreign whips parked outside my house. Like, that was success for me. But as I'm getting closer to 30, to me, success means a completely different message. Success is having a purposeful life. Success
Mm.
is having peace. So it has definitely transitioned as I got older.
As you got older, and why? So maybe as you tell us about your journey, like when did that shift for you?
With success and what it looks like, whew, I think it honestly shifted after undergrad too, because I was really humbled after graduating college. I had this dream of, okay, yeah, I got my bachelor's degree, so I'm gonna apply for. I'm not gonna get this job, but I felt like I applied for like 100 jobs, and to wait to hear back from one. So that was completely humbling. And then, like, being in a job where just not being happy or not fulfilling your purpose, like, you know what you're like at that point. I knew what my calling was, I knew what I was supposed to do, and it just didn't mean much to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I feel like having a peace of mind, if you don't have a peace of mind, how could you honestly be present in the moment to even enjoy success?
That's such a good point. So such a good
Yeah.
point.
So
Um,
that's what it transition.
so can you tell us just about your journey? So when did you make the pivot from wanting to be a model to now being this multi-hyphenate uh, public health guru?
So it was definitely a lot of pivots in that journey. So when I went off to undergrad, I originally wanted to be a pharmacist, which is weird now saying it, thinking about it, and reflecting of who I was then. I honestly just wanted to go after dollar signs, because at that point
Mm,
for me, that success was money.
yep.
And that's very cliche. And so while I was in school, I didn't enjoy the classes. I did an internship, which I'm grateful to have opportunity to do an internship the summer of my freshman year transition to my sophomore year, because if I haven't done that, I would probably be miserable doing
Mm,
pharmacy work right now. So I encourage anybody, if you have the opportunity to intern as soon as you can. I did not enjoy the experience. I like, okay, so I'm in the back, count pills, and then I see the pharmacist. They will just, talk to the customers about XYZ, about how to take their pills, this, that, and the third. And I was like, could I really see myself doing this for the rest of my life? Yes,
long
I will be
term, right?
collecting a check, a
Mm-hmm.
great check, but this is not me, and this doesn't align with my personality.
Mm,
And it was a aha moment when I took a intro to public health course. It was just an elective class, and it completely changed my life. For the first time, I heard the term social determinants of health. And for those who are not familiar, social determinants of health is where you live, grow, and work at, and how these things can have an impact to your health outcomes. And while taking that course, they were talking about like how your zip code matter.
mm-hmm.
And I kind of had an aha moment, because I was actually misdiagnosed at my local hospital. And at
Yeah.
one point, my hospital was ranked the top 25 worst hospitals in the entire nation. And so
Wow.
while I am listening to what she was talking about, my professor at the time, I'm on here, I'm just Googling, like, oh, so this is my county average. At one point, my county was ranked the top, was one of the top 3 poorest counties in the entire state of South Carolina. So I'm researching my county, I'm comparing our stats from the state to the national average, and it was just completely alarming, from different chronic illnesses. At one point, this was like a while back though, the median average for our family was like maybe like 28,000. We
Wow.
had a higher minority population, African American population. Close to 50% was living in poverty.
Jeez.
And it was like, wow, someone needs to do something about it. Like, how do you like try to change this number? How do you connect the dots with that? And so that was like my aha moment. And I changed my major the next semester to public health.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And so we've already started to discuss what your idea of success is today. So I guess my question for you would be, um, how much of you wanting to make an impact, like how did that affect what you think success is?
Well, I'm a Christian and I am really big on purpose, and I do
Mhm.
believe if you're not operating in your purpose, you could be blocking someone else's blessing. And so that was definitely my that to me, like I said, success to me is living a purposeful life. Like when I go on to the other side, when I die, I want to be all used up. I want to die empty. If you go into the graveyard, that is it's so many people that was full of potential. I don't want to be that person. And so that like I said, like I want to be very purposeful, and I even implemented a program back in my hometown before I even started in my career while I was in grad school when I proposed to our city council, got them to buy in, them to back dollars, which was very impressive,
Nice.
behind a program that came up with. And it was, I honestly believe that another part of being citizen, we were created to serve, and service is
Mhm.
a huge component for me. And I just wanted to be impactful and be the best version of myself and to help others in that aspect.
That's amazing. And so you spoke about your faith, and so I have a feeling that this is going to be a part of this answer. But I wonder, what are some of the tips and motivators that you used along your journey?
So, for one, I feel like my ancestors is a huge motivator for me, along with my strong faith as well. And just thinking about all the different obstacles and adversities that our ancestors went through to overcome, and why not did I operate in my full potential? Because we right now, we are living our ancestors wildest dreams, and we have to
Mhm.
take advantage of this moment, not tomorrow but today. And that is like my motivation to keep me going every single day. And of course, I have my faith, I have my family and my friends and mentors who also stretch me along the way to constantly be a better version of myself as well.
Yeah, I strongly believe in the circle, right? The circle keeping you in line, but also propelling you forward.
Yes.
So what is something that you have learned or you're still in the process of learning that you wish you had learned sooner?
One thing that I've learned, and I can just hear my best friend saying this, is giving myself grace. Because
Mm,
even though, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams, I feel like we got so comfortable with being a workaholic. Me growing up, I was taught by my dad, like resting is being lazy. And so I felt like I had to constantly go, 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 go. And if you don't rest, your body will rest for you.
yes, I will.
And so,
Yes, I will.
yeah, so that's why I'm big on like mental health aspect, because I learned the hard way. And so now I tell myself, like, it's okay. Like, if I'm not feeling fine, like, I could just take a day off, use a sick day. And that's my mental health break to just refuel
Mhm.
myself. And so I encourage everyone to constantly, listen to your body, take the necessary breaks. I never and I'm still working on this with taking lunch breaks. It's very rare for me. So now I'm just trying to, even if it's like take 15 minutes to walk or do something like that, just taking those mental breaks, using like the Calm app when necessary. I even now have Calm Down Dog, which is the app for yoga, and I have it
Mm,
set like on 10 minutes. So sometimes when I just feel like, I need to step away from work, I
mhm.
will go in my little corner since I'm working from home right now and do that just to refresh my mind.
I love that. Is that what sort of prompted you or wanted you to start your own entrepreneurial endeavor?
Well, I honestly started my own business before I even had a job. So I started it when I was in grad school. I had a job, but it wasn't like a real job.
It wasn't a
It
career
wasn't
job.
my career job. So I grew up around seeing the best of both worlds. I am a huge component of multiple streams of income, and my dad, he worked at Duke Energy for 40 years, and he also had his own side business. And so that's what I saw, and that's what I felt like I needed to do. So it was just always in me. I even had a business when I was 9 years old, having some type of income. So it was like second nature.
I love that. And so we're coming to the end of the interview, but I do want to give you an opportunity to share with us just a little bit more about your business or how people can get in contact with you and what you offer. So plug away.
Sure. So I don't know if you can see my little sign in the back, but my business is WellStart Initiatives, which we are a nonprofit. We have different educational sessions that we will constantly post on our Instagram feed. We have live events on Facebook or Instagram. We also have live workout events that's free. I'm also a certified personal trainer where I provide services virtually, of course, because of COVID. So if you're trying to get living room fine, please let me know. I am here. You can follow me on Instagram. And I also do different public speaking engagements pertaining to public health, to talk about health policies, different advocacies, how different bills affect us as minorities, or just with any different health inequities, or just giving like an intro to public health. So I am here, and I will love to help you in whatever endeavors if you're trying to achieve. And I'm also a health coach as well, so
I
please
love it.
reach out to me.
So what are your handles? Because this will be on Instagram, but some people do listen on the streaming podcast or podcast streams. So drop your handles and then we'll also put it in the show notes, but just for someone that's listening that they can hear.
Yes. So my handles for Instagram is at BE_Monea, and Monea is spelled Monea. And my Instagram for my own personal business, WellStart, my nonprofit, is at WellStart Initiatives.
Perfect. And so the last question that I'm going to ask, I am the amateur expert and I claim to know a little bit about a lot. So if you could please, Brittany, share with me a random tidbit of information. It could be a fun fact, Snapple fact, or something that would help me answer like a $200 or $400 question on Jeopardy.
Okay. Well, um, one fun fact, I do have a book club that I started in 2017 called Books and Brunch, because I love to brunch. I live for brunch, and I am craving brunch because of COVID. And the last book that we read is More Than Enough by Elaine, and I wish I had that book. I wish she wrote that book years ago, and my young self would have read that book. But I encourage all African American women, or just women of that matter, to read that book. It is beautifully written, and it just encourages you to be your unapologetic self, authentic self. And it discussed about how, sometimes we as women feel like we have to shrink ourselves. And when the world tells you to shrink, I want you to expand.
I love it. Well, Brittany, this was awesome. I'm so happy that we connected and that we were able to promote you and promote all the awesome things that you are doing. Our prayers are with you as you go on this PhD journey, as well as all of your business endeavors. I didn't even realize that you had more than one handle, so I'm going to start following you immediately. And yeah, just wishing you the best of luck and can't wait to see how you soar in the future.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure, and we'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.